In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Claude's brand new design feature to create your own slide deck presentation, no matter if that's for a masterclass, a webinar, a training, a keynote speech, or in my case, a new VSL that we're designing. So to do this, you are going to need to have access to Claude, of course, and I would normally recommend that you have access to Claude Pro, okay? So let me just share my screen with you here and show you exactly how to do this. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is going to be a very raw and just behind the scenes look at exactly how I've done this. And I've only just done this over the past couple of days, okay? So you are learning very raw and brand new to doing this just like you are. So what you're going to need to do inside of your Claude account, you'll see on the left-hand side here, you've got this design option. So you will need to click that. And when you click that, you'll just follow the steps to get set up, okay? But there are a couple of really important things to note. So when you dive into Claude Design, it will look something like this. But before you go ahead and just start designing a slide deck, there are a couple of things you're going to have to get set up first. One of them is you're going to have to set up your design system. So you see here where we've got your designs at the top. This is where we've designed our design system. Look here on the very top there. You see we've got design systems. So I can create an additional design system here if I click that. And this is where you're going to upload all of your branding to. Okay, so everything you want to do, you'll just give your company name there and a little blurb about what it does. And you can link to things like GitHub. You can pull a code from your computer. You can upload logos, files, figs, everything like that. Pretty much all I did, in all honesty, was I uploaded everything in this logo and assets section. So I went over to our website and I took a screenshot of the website. I uploaded our logos, as I mentioned. So pretty much just from a few screenshots, our logos, it was able to pull all the branding it needed, from fonts to the colors to the type of branding we use. And there is a really cool tool that you can also use on Google Chrome. It might be available on other platforms. Okay, it's called Go Full Page. I don't know if you see that on my screen right there. Go Full Page. Okay, it's a Chrome extension and it will literally allow you to screenshot your entire web page in one go. So then you can upload that as well as an image. So once you go through with this part of it, it will design your design system inside of Claude Design there, and it will have all your branding it needs from there. I feel like me, I'm not too techy when it comes to this stuff, so I just wanted to do some simple screenshots and keep it dead simple. So once you've got your design system, the other thing you're going to need, of course, is what do you want to say on this presentation that you're going to be doing, whether or not it's a keynote, a training, a webinar, a masterclass, or in my case, as I mentioned, a VSL. So that in itself, we do directly in Claude. Okay, so we're not using Claude Design for that. We're just using Claude. And right here, as you can see, I spent hours going back and forward. Okay, literally, this was a piece of work for me to do personally. You want to get it to the point where you give it enough information so it knows the exact slides that you want it to create, pretty much. Whether or not that is designing a script, whether or not it's designing a full slide deck presentation outline, with a slide by slide, with the words that you want on slide, with the speaker notes that go with it, that's fine. You can do it using Claude. You can even do it using ChatGPT if you wish, whatever your preference is for doing your written content like this. So in my case, I did it using Claude, and I simply just downloaded this file once I did it. Downloads as an MD document, okay, which is exactly what we need. So I just click download there, and I downloaded it. And back over in Claude, this is where the magic starts to happen. So if you're not seeing at this point inside your design system here, the option to select your specific design system, you might just want to refresh your screen. Okay, it should be there. If it's not, then you want it there. Then you're just going to give the project a name, and you're going to also, I turned on use speaker notes at this point. Okay, and then on the next part after this, it will ask you to upload the content that you want. So I'm just going to do test project just here, and we'll click create. And then see after this, it's saying, okay, what do you want to attach to this? So I pretty much just down here at the bottom where it says describe what you want to create, click the little plus icon and attach the file. And that's where I attach the .md file. Okay, I attached the MD file. But along with that, what I also did is I also gave it a little bit of a prompt. So inside the prompt area, if we head over to my VSL, I'll just show you exactly what we said. So at the very top of this, I pretty much just said, I've created the outline for this presentation. Create the slides for the VSL based on the script that I've attached. Okay, that was literally as raw as I gave it here, nothing fancy whatsoever. And I as you can see, I uploaded the .md file there. it automatically pulled our branding from the design systems, and it understood that it needed to add speaker notes and make a slide deck. Okay, it does all that. And as you can see, what it came up with was a draft. It took 5 minutes, maybe. Okay, and it designed everything that we needed, a full 29 slide deck presentation in here. Everything that we need based on the content that I gave it. And it was fantastic. Obviously, there were a few tweaks to be made still, but it's relatively easy to make tweaks in here. And as you can see at the very bottom of my screen, we have the area for the speaker notes. And at the top right, just behind where I'm currently hiding myself on the screen, you'll see up here, we've got a little edit button. And we'll click on edit, and we can then make edits to the text, as you can see here and here. But what I actually did is I made this a little bit easier on myself, and I decided to import this entire slide deck into Canva. So if you're unsure on how to do that, let me just show you how we do that. So back over inside the Claude, you want to come down to your settings area. So click on your name on the bottom left and come to settings just here. And that then takes you into your settings. And then I went to connectors. Okay. And then that told me to connectors. I've moved to customize. I went to customize. And then from here, I simply just clicked the little plus icon on the top left here. And I connected browse connections. And then from there, I connected Canva, as you can see. I simply logged into my Canva account and it did the rest for me, which was fantastic. So once you've done that, what you then want to do is come back over to your slide deck. And then again, up on the top right-hand corner, you'll see it says share. I clicked share and then I said send to Canva. You can export it to a PDF, a PowerPoint presentation if you want to, okay, HTML if you want to, but for me, I wanted to use Canva, okay, because I use Canva quite a lot for designing stuff. And actually my other presentations that I've done have been designed in Canva as well. So that's how we do that. Click send to Canva. And as you can see on the left-hand side here, if I show you the information, it failed at first. It didn't send to Canva because I didn't have the connection done. So that was a learning lesson for myself. And from there, it then got it connected and it went and import and it says, open it here. I clicked that link and it opened it straight away for me, which is, again, was amazing. So from there, I will open up your Canva account. And then as you can see there, it fully put it in Canva, almost identical to how it was in here. Okay, so everything was pushed quite far up to the top. There were some spacing issues a little bit. Logo was super small. As you can see, things were a little bit off of place. And as you can see down at the bottom here, it's like a plan at the end. But actually, there's a full text there. Just the writing of the text is wrong. Okay, but in Canva, over in Canva, I just easily move things around. I added my kind of like brand background a little bit better there. I added my logo a bit more clearer as well. Obviously, a picture of me in the front cover. And just adjusted things where required. I changed the font style as well because it was actually the wrong font initially. And it's all perfect now. So that took me 15 minutes to tweak it in Canva and 5 minutes to actually design it inside of Claude Design. Of course, the biggest part of this work was the full VSL itself doing the scripting. But that is what you would need to do anyways. So that in itself, you would normally have to go away, do the entire VSL script, and from there, obviously build the slide decks after that. But using Claude Design right here, using the method I've just shown you, you can design your entire slide deck in just minutes, okay, which is absolutely amazing. It might not be 100% perfect for you, and mine wasn't, and it still isn't. But hey, if you are just wanting to create something quick that you can easily then customize and maybe add some additional slides in there as well later on, expand it or compress it depending on what you want to do, add your logos, change some of the brand images on there to suit you. This will save you hours and hours or hundreds of dollars in hiring a designer to do this for you, okay? Literally, give it a go. Don't be afraid of this. Dive in, give it a go, and I'm sure you'll be blown away by the results. Any questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments. That's it for me. Take care, and we'll speak soon.